वर्णानाम् अर्थसन्धानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारो वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धः स्वान्तः स्थमीश्वरम् वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणम् यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणो वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानो कवीश्वर कपीश्वरो बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. A warm welcome to you. I hope you're healthy and well. Today, we are going to discuss a topic which is very close to most of us: food. What we eat makes us or breaks us. Whatever our meal is, changes us. It makes us healthy, or if we have wrong kind of food, then it ruins our health as well. And so we have to be careful as to what we are going to eat and what we are going to drink. We need to understand that it's a daily routine that we need to get together. And health is always wealth. Because if you ask somebody who is very rich that what do you want if they are unwell, then they will immediately say, I would trade all my wealth for my health. At least I would do that. Because what's the point of having wealth if you don't have health? If you can't go out and enjoy your wealth, it's not going to help you. So a warm welcome to you. And I see Pramod Bhai has joined in. Pramod Bhai, Jaja Karin, Jai Shri Krishna, Kem Cho? Unmute karjo mara bhai.
Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna. Kem
Jai
Cho?
Shri Krishna. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Bada majama?
Everybody's fine. Tamelako?
Anand Mangal che Prabhu Krupa. We are all having a lovely time. I think today is a weird day compared to the yesterday. It was
awful.
Yes, it's raining. It's a rainy season back here.
Awful દિવસ છે.
It's all days just like that.
Yeah, well, it happens, isn't it? Yesterday compared.
That's England for us.
Yeah.
So
Kale Holi ma was again.
Are you ready for the Holi tomorrow?
Yeah.
We are doing Holi Day tomorrow, isn't it? It's the Indian celebration of Holi.
Yeah.
And we are going to go to do darshan and then do puja. And it's the first Holi which my little daughter is going to see. So very excited.
Good. Keep the finger crossed, whether it's not like this.
Oh God, this is crazy. Sachi bachi. So Pramod Bhai, we are going to discuss food today. And before we go to that, I have got some questions that I need answering from the last time. So let's go toward that.
Yeah, okay. Why not?
Okay. So I've got questions here which says, how can a bodybuilder do simple exercise techniques at home when he wants to do bodybuilding and gain 6 packs? 6 pack jo hai. Now, 6 pack is very misunderstood thing in this world. You have to get your body fat level very low. I'm talking 10 to 15% of your body weight to see any definition in your 6 pack abs. So if your fat percentage is high, No amount of exercise, no amount of weight training, nothing will give you six pack. Nothing. I'm sorry to bear the bad news for you. You have to get your body fat level very low, very low. And that can mostly be done the way I think is healthy is you eat one meal a day, you go very easy on the carbs, have nearly no carbs, and have plenty of herbs, plenty of vitamins, minerals, full of food which has got healthy fats in it. So having avocados, having more foods with fat in it, like ghee and coconut and so on. So you have to eat fatty foods. You have to eat foods which is not too high but high in protein. Exercise well, not too much exercise but healthy exercise, and make sure that you burn away your fat, and that only happens by, in this case, by doing fasting. So you do fasting, meaning you have one meal a day, and the rest of the time you have something which doesn't break your fast. So something like coconut slices or something. Only if you do that kind of thing, I believe that it's easier and faster to lose body fat. And only when you lose body fat can you have six pack. So if you want six pack, you have to get rid of all the rotis, all the bhats and everything, or anything that is bread based you want to get rid of. Grain based, you have to reduce a lot. You have to reduce a lot. Only then, yes, then you can get six packs. Okay. Next one, I believe that you cannot do any work exercises, including extreme exercises, when fasting. So, in your opinion, are you allowed to do simple exercise techniques when fasting? Well, you can do heavy exercise if you want to during fasting. Remember, one of the best ways to do exercise is HIIT, interval training, high intensity interval training. And you do that 3 times a week only 3 times. And you have to have gaps in between. So like Monday you do it, give a Tuesday break, then do Wednesday exercise, then give a Thursday break, and then do Friday. Only 3 days. You can do heavy, but not more than 1 hour exercise. You'll be totally worked out if you do a proper hardcore 1 hour exercise, and that will be plenty for you. So that's the questions I had, and now we go towards today's topic. We'll understand the food and its importance and how it's going to help us. What should we do? So keep your pens and pad ready, your pad and pen ready to take nice notes which are going to help you through this. Okay, so here we go. Jai Siya Ram. Today we are going to talk about food. We do this naturally from childhood. But today's day and age is full of challenges. We don't know what to eat often. We are being bombarded with different ideas. Some people turn around and say, you should have lots of lentils. And then some people say they contain, phytic acid and so on. What do you do? Some people say don't have too many sugary things, then banana can raise your sugar, and so on and so forth. So in this world just now, we are getting mixed messages all around us, what to eat, what not to eat, how to have nutrition. Of course, if you got celiac disease, then you would avoid wheat and gluten. But not everybody's got celiac disease. Again, the same goes for milk. People blanketly say milk is bad. Yes and no. Because if you make ghee out of it or butter out of it, it's very helpful. Remember, there's no lactose there, and therefore, because of that, it's easy to digest, even if you don't have lactase enzyme in your body. So, those who cannot, handle milk directly, they can still handle ghee. They should just try and test it, maybe. What I'm trying to say is, one size fits all is not the case. We are all individuals, and so we have to see what works for us and tailor our food systems accordingly. So let's start. First of all, about liquids. I would refrain from anything sugary, including fruit juices. A very controversial statement. Juice is mostly sugar. Although it is natural sugar, it is still sugar. So if you have, say, a lot of orange juice, 2 or 3 glasses, and measure your insulin levels, your glucose levels, sorry, you will see that your glucose is spiking. And to counter it, then insulin comes in from your body, and you gain weight, because insulin is the chemical which helps bind fat to your body. It gives you more fat. And so you want to make sure that you don't spike your insulin too much, which means less carbs and less sugar. So that's why. If you eat an orange, you bite into it, chew into it, that's fine. Again, not too much. Too much of anything is not good. But oranges are very good. If you have 1 or 2 oranges and you eat it, fine. Drinking juices, not a great idea. Maybe a little bit here and there. If you make it like a squash, so a little bit of juice and then a lot of water, mix it up. Maybe put a lemon in, some nice masala and have it. One-off in the summery season is alright. But if you're just gonna have lots of juices, it will add to your sugar. And so we don't want to drink empty calories like sugars. So we avoid all the fizzy drinks, all the energy drinks. Don't do that if you can help it. In the morning, when we wake up, we should do something called the Usha Pan. Warm water, not hot water, remember. Warm water. If you drink hot, again, you can shock your system. Some people can handle it, but most cannot. And so go with lukewarm water. And if you want to make it even more powerful, add lemon to it. Squeeze a lemon in it and have it. It's very, very good for you. Lemon will also help you with the digestion in the daytime. So when you eat food, your digestive juices will be stronger. So that's for the morning. Coming to the afternoon time. Ideally, the best drink for the afternoon is yogurt drink. So not yogurt, but a bit of yogurt, a lot of water, mix it up very, very, very well, and then drink it with some salt and other masalas. We call it chash masala. We can also call it buttermilk in English. Very good for you. But remember, thin, not thick. Okay, again, you'll gain weight if you... See, I come from India. So if you are in India and you know this, you come from India, you must have seen people give lassi over there. They sell it a lot. And that lassi is very thick. And then they add a lot of sugary things in it and make it very sweet and tasty. Yes, it's sweet. Yes, it's tasty. Yes, it's thick. But it will make you big person physically. So what you want is very light amount, in the sense a bit of yogurt, a lot of water, churn it. I would say at least 7 minutes, if not more. In England, what I use is dough maker. So there is a big dough maker bowl of a machine in the kitchen. We put yogurt in it. We add a lot of water in it, some salt and masalas, and put it to turn on. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on, about 15 minutes. And then it's good to drink. This is afternoon, not in the evening, not in the morning. Afternoon drink. The evening drink, and again this might open a can of worms, and that is milk. Usually, it's got good chemicals to help you go sleep, tryptophan and so on. So milk in the evening is nice, especially children can handle it. Now, most of us nowadays are careful of milk because of various reasons. Nowadays, the cows are given a lot of injections, a lot of hormones, a lot of antibiotics, and these cows are not held, not all, but most of them are not held in sanitary and good way, and therefore their milk is not good for health. So, if you have organic, very healthy, grass-fed, healthy cow's milk in the evening and you can handle it and you're happy for it, go for it. Otherwise, you can skip that. Okay, so that's the liquids about the day. Meals wise, I believe that if you are a healthy person and you are working very hard physically like a farmer or a physical person, working very, very physically hard, then you need 3 meals maybe. In the morning, breakfast, lunch and dinner. But if you got a sit down life, sitting in the sofa, going to the car, sitting in the car for hours, then going on your desk, again sitting on your chair in the office, coming back again on the sofa, 3 meals will make you big person again. So you don't want to do that. If that's the case, your life is much more sedentary, then 2 or 1 meal. And you can decide this. Best thing would be take a doctor's advice if you can. That is the best thing to do. And ask them. Basically what I'm suggesting is, for an average person, for a normal person, 2 meals a day is more than enough. But if you realize you got some fat here and there and in your body everywhere, you're getting chubby person, then you can go straight to 1 meal with advice. 1 meal a day. Again, when you're having 1 meal, you need to know what to eat. Or 2 meals or 3 meals. So that was how many meals a day. I gave you the idea. I personally, if you ask me, I try to do 1 meal a day most of the days of the year. So say out of 365, I try to do 300 days of 1 meal a day, and then 65 is reserved for parties, birthdays, receptions. When I've gone to somebody's birthday party and they say, "Na Hemang bhai, tamare to dinner khauj padse," so I'll have some here and there. So I'm not strict about it, but in general, I try to lean towards one meal a day. And it's kept me very healthy and fine. Again, I think you should try it. Sometimes people say, what to do if I'm hungry after 1 meal? Well, there's solution for it. You have some fruit. So you can have some strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. I like berries. Now you know, isn't it? Avocado is fine. You can have 1 or 2 avocados depending on the size of the avocado. It's not a bad idea to have avocado. It's very, very good. That's a very, very good fruit. In fact, it's got very healthy fats in it and very little carbohydrates, so it won't spike your insulin levels. Voila, healthy fruit. But on the opposite side, if you eat sugary, sweet fruits like bananas, very ripe bananas, grapes, if you have lots of those, you will spike your insulin and your sugar levels will go up it's not good for you to do that too much. Once in a while is okay. So banana and any sweet fruits, very sweet fruits, you need to reduce the portion sizes of them. So that's 1 meal. Now what to eat? I highly recommend rice and dal. That should be part of your daily routine. Dals can be the moong dal, the black dal, masoor dal. The best of the dals, of all the dals, do you know which one's that? Moong dal. Moong dal, the green lentil. Very, very, very good for you. The answer is in the color, green lentils. So have that, moong dal. Other dals as well. And you would have it, say Monday this dal, Tuesday that dal, Wednesday this dal, because that will give you very healthy, nutritious proteins and other required minerals and vitamins as well. And you have to add rice with it. But rice if you eat directly, it's pure sugar in a sense, in my eyes. What I'm trying to say is it's full of carbs. So it will again try to spike your sugar levels. And therefore, we have a solution for that. We still have rice, but do vagar on it. So we take some jeera, put it in the ghee or coconut oil, let it split in heat. Once it gets about brownish color, you pour that over the cooked rice. Now what you've done is you coated the rice with fat, whether it's ghee fat or whether it's coconut fat. And that makes the rice GI index go down, meaning glycemic index goes down because of that action. And now that sugary spike which you were going to get after eating rice will not go like that, it will go on a plateau. Again, you can control portion sizes. So with rice, have dal, and shak is very necessary. So have lots of shak, meaning curries. Curries made out of green leafy vegetables and other vegetables put together. Like you can have aloo palak or something like that. Very, very good for you. Aloo meaning potatoes. Again, if you overdo potatoes, you know what's going to happen. It's not very good for you. Especially fried things. We are staying away from fried things as much as possible. Maybe you can have it once in a while and that's alright. But if people are having chips and crisps, that's a recipe for trouble. Potatoes itself are not bad. So if you bake them, they are the best. Where the skin is nice and the potatoes come from organically grown farms, you can eat potato with the skin intact. It's very, very good for you. And especially when you add ghee or fat to it into the cooking bowl with potatoes, again its glycemic index comes down. So green vegetables and so on you should have every day. If you are coming from North India, then you would like your chapatis, your rotis, your parathas, your naans. Most of these can be trouble if you don't cook it correctly. And so this way we need to have a balance of food, and especially flour which we eat to make chapatis, rotis and other breads is wholemeal, as you know, preferably from non-GM wheat. Very hard to find nowadays, but yes, that's the case. The fresher the food it is, the better it is. There is another strict guideline for healthy food if you want, and that is you should only eat your meal once it's cooked in the window of hour and a half. So say for example you cooked your meal at 12 o'clock, you should finish and eat by 1:30. If you eat in the later part of the day, then what you have done basically is you've allowed it to sit around and it starts to go off. Basically, if you leave the food on for a long time, for a day or two, you'll see visually it's gone off. But before that, if you taste it, it's gone off. And for few hours after cooking it, say it's a few 5-6 hours later as well, you might not be able to taste the difference, but it's still not very healthy for you. So what to do? Eat once you cooked fresh meal. I know some people who cook in the morning and then have it in the afternoon, the meal. Then in the evening they have the same cooked meal. They put the rest, whatever's left, in the fridge. Next day they bring it out and blast it in the microwave. Oh God, that is too bad. Please don't do that. It's very, very bad for you. So freshness of your meal is utmost important. I told you about the dals, the lentils, rice, and the wheat. What about sprouting? Now, if you have time, you can go a bit healthier option. You can take these lentils, soak it, maybe Google it. It will tell you online, you can find out how to sprout the seeds. You can sprout them and they become exponentially healthier. And then, of course, you still cook them. Maybe light cook them, not heavy cook them, not too much cooking, but to make it soft enough so your digestion is okay. Your digestive powers don't get into trouble. If you do that, then it will help you immensely, and sprouted grains are very, very, very good for your health. So do that way. Now, I often get another question, and that is about tinned foods, the food that are in the tins, in the cans. Again, where I come from the Ayurveda angle, only use that in a pinch. So when you're stuck, when you are in a situation where you got no option, that's the time to go to the tin. Not on a normal day, not on a regular lifestyle. For a regular lifestyle, you want to have fresh foods only, not canned foods. If you want to gain more health, say when it comes to the winter times, in winter times our body needs more support, more health. And at that time what you can do is have more salads and add in a hardar, turmeric, but not dry turmeric, fresh turmeric. Cut it into small pieces, add a bit of black pepper on it, and add some ghee or coconut oil to it. Because without fat and without black pepper, you cannot activate the curcumin very well in the turmeric. So if you start salads every day, they are going to change your lifestyle in a big way. A, you'll lose extra weight. B, you'll feel more energized and healthier, and you'll have more energy. And C, your skin will look better. So salads every day. Now people do ask when to eat salads. I say use it as starters. So have a big bowl of salad. Wait for a little while once you are still hungry after that. Then have your cooked meal. Magical. And if you do that once a day only, you will see you'll be much more energetic. I have seen some people who, when they start on this kind of diet, they feel 10 to 15 years younger in their life. So it's phenomenally good. Oils wise, again there is a question people do ask, and that is which oils to cook for, which oils to dressings and for. Cooking wise, I only recommend 2 oils, coconut oil and ghee to cook, to heat it up. Anything else, preferably you don't heat up. Drizzling wise, so what do you put as fat in the salads and things like that? For that, where you're not going to heat up, olive oil and sesame seed oil is one of the best options. Add that. It will be very good for you. And the next question is about fruits. There are lots and lots of fruits out there. Use your wise understanding. Have less fruits which are sugary, very sweet. Have more khata meeta fruits. A bit like blackberry, blueberry, strawberry, raspberries. They are very colorful, they are very tasty. And at the same time, they are tangy, some of them, and they don't have too much sugars in them. Finally, I would say you should have at least 7 different colors of food every day. So as you might see, apples, pears, bananas. In moderation, you can have everything. So say half a banana, half an apple for yourself, half for the other family member, and then you have other fruits as well. As I said, in the berries and so on, you can have avocados. A bit of pineapple is good, but not a whole big pineapple because it can be very sweet. Coconut is very good. So if you are still hungry after 1 meal a day and you still want some food, go for coconut. Break a coconut open, take the inner bit, that white chunk, and chew on it. It will be very good for your body and health, and it won't gain you any weight so much. So there you have it. 7 colors a day. If you have 7 colorful foods, different colors, and stay away from ultra processed foods, the foods that you buy in the packets, stay away from them. Have freshly cooked meals and fresh fruits and vegetables, and you'll be very, very happy. Again, as I say, if you can do one meal a day, it is going to be very helpful. Again, I recommend, because everybody has different health situations, you might want to first take advice from your medical practitioner. With that, I bless you and wish you well a very healthy life. God. So nice to see you, Rekha ji. Thank you for joining as well. And I would like to invite you to unmute yourselves and join in together. Rekhaji and Pramodji, if you'd like to unmute and open your videos as well. And so that was the discussion on health and food. Food can be simple and easy. Food can be tough and hard. And I've seen a lot of people yo-yo between different foods in their lives. They sometimes go and do that diet and this diet and that diet, and eventually they fall back. So rather than going to different diets and excluding things out of your food, our Ayurvedic system says you don't need to worry about not having this or that. You can have anything within reason. So, like somebody saying cake is bad for you. No, cakes are all right. If it's a birthday for my son or daughter, I'm surely going to have a small slice of cake. But I'm not going to have it every day, am I? So I would have, say, 2 or 3 times a year cake. Then it's all right. So there is no bad foods or good foods in that sense, so long as you have it in very tiny proportions. Same goes for juices. If I am in thirsty and I'm in very hot weather and somebody gives me a nice orange juice, then I will drink it. I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to drink juices. So we don't have to be rigid. Never say no, जैसे गोरे लोग बोलते हैं ना. Try to have a moderation, and 95% stick to your rules, but have 5% relaxation. तो जो कहते हैं ना हम चलता है वो 5% चलता है. So then we will have healthy life and healthy body. This body doesn't need that much maintenance if you take care of it and eat and drink sensibly and sleep sensibly. We've covered in this series, we've covered a lot of discourses up till now, isn't it? So we started with Nindra, the sleep, then we went to morning routine, then we went to evening routine, then we did a discussion on prayers, its importance, and I provided you the prayers as well in Sanskrit language, which you can play and record and keep it for yourself. If somebody doesn't have it, just message me and I'll send it to you. Then we talked about meditation, importance and its benefits, and how to do meditation for a real life. Exercise, again, we had exercise last Wednesday, and today we discussed food. Again, I didn't give tons and tons and tons of information. It was generally very simple. Otherwise, there are books and books written on it, entire big chapters on food. But we need to live our life and we need to keep it simple. Now, food creates mood. Did you know that? Food creates mood. And that's why you will see most happy people are together when they eat and drink together. In Punjabi, we call it Sanja Chulha, where the whole family sits on a dining table and they all eat together. Even Gore log, they do it in the Western world. Even Jesus Christ did it. It's called the Last Supper. You might know that. So Jesus Christ had his Last Supper with his followers together. And there is a famous story of Lord Krishna who went to meet people over there and tell them, let's not fight, let's have peace. And there was a big dinner organized for him. Again, food is integral and important part of our life. So let's not become enemies of certain food, saying, oh, sugar is enemy, or Coca-Cola is enemy, or anything. We don't want to make enemies out of anything. Even cake is good for you, so long as you're having a small slice and couple of times a year only. And that way, we are going to now discuss next Wednesday, mood. How can you become happy? See, you cannot change your finances drastically. You cannot change your height drastically. So if you're 5 foot tall, you cannot do meditation, yoga, and exercise and suddenly become 6 foot tall. That's not going to happen. But you can change between what happens between your ears. Dimag thanda, sukhi, or happy. How can you become a happier person with what you have now? Some of us have got illnesses, बीमारियां भी हैं. We've got health problems. We've got relationship problems. How can we live amongst all these troubles? We are going to discuss that. Mood regulation. We are going to talk about different chemicals, different materials which can enhance our mood, different materials which can ruin our moods. We are going to discuss all that next Wednesday. But for now, we are going towards our today's discussion, food, and see if there are any questions that we might want to take forward. Any questions, Ji? You can unmute yourself.
You covered everything.
Thank you, Pramod Bhai. I don't like when people say, I don't want to eat this, I will only eat this. Oh, ziddi ban jate hain na, that's not a very good idea. I am ziddi in one thing only, I will not have meat because that is my way of thinking. That is my understanding. I am vegetarian, so I stick to vegetarian. But within vegetarian, I will eat anything. कोई पंगा नहीं है. So if somebody says कि मैंने घास पका के दिया है, मैं वो भी खा जाऊंगा.
ના બધું try
हैं?
બધું જરા try. અમે ઘણા તો
हाँ,
જોઈને
नखरा नहीं
ના
करवाना. See, this is the problem when I see some people being super picky. Recently, there is a very sad example I want to give you. There was a boy who passed away. He was around 15 years old. A lot of 15-year-olds die, so that's nothing new. But the weird thing about this boy was that he didn't have any health problems. He didn't have accident. He didn't have any problems. किसी ने मारा नहीं. Nothing happened. He died slowly in his life because he was a very picky eater. He would only eat potato chips and crisps. Nothing else.
There's chocolate and that's all.
Chocolate nahi, no chocolates. Only two things: crisps and chips.
You're not gonna. He's got no, protein, no minerals, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. So his body eventually became, deficient in all the nutrients, and the body went into shock, and he died. He was like, you can pick him up with one hand. He was that light. Because उसकी जिद थी कि नहीं मैं कुछ नहीं खाऊंगा, I will only have chips, I'll only have crisps. So when you get this kind of extremism, we call it, this is extremism. Extreme meaning too much of something. When somebody says I'll have only this and I'll not have this, zid karta hai banda, then it becomes extreme, and that is called extremism. When people do that, it's very bad. And that's what I say, that for me, it's very simple. You can give me any flavor of ice cream, I'll happily eat. ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे वनीला ही पसंद है. I don't like chocolate ice cream, or I don't like this ice cream. I don't like this सब्जी. मुझे तुर्री की सब्जी दो, करेले की सब्जी दो, any सब्जी दो, I will eat. एनी दाल बना के दो, पंजाबी दाल, गुजराती दाल, तड़का दाल, माँ की दाल, काली दाल, एनी दाल, आई विल हैव इट. रोटी दो, फुल्का दो, पराठा दो, नान दो, कुछ भी दो मुझे, आई विल हैव इट.
કહેવત છે ને, ગમશે, ફાવશે ને ચાલશે. If you do that theory,
yes. So this is what we need to cultivate in our lives, that we don't become extremist people where we say only this and not this. Ziddi nahi banna hai. We have to be more or less relaxed. So that's why people, when I go to people's home and they say, Pandit ji, will you have our food? We have put pyaz and lasan in our food. Then I say, so long as it's vegetarian, I'll eat anything. Pyaz lasan bhi vegetarian hai na? It grows on earth.
Exactly.
It is tamoguni food. I understand it. I have studied all this. I know it is tamoguni food. But once in a while में क्या जाता है?
True.
I'm not eating that for 365 days. It's one of, अभी मेरे लिए वो लेडी जाकर के किचन में अलग खाना बनाएगी क्या? Is that fair on her? उसने जो बनाया है हम सब मिलके खा लेंगे. Simple as that.
That's true.
And if there are 3-4 items and one item is not very suitable to my health, then I have less of it. But I don't say no to it.
That's
Do you
good.
see? So this is the more of the bigger philosophy.
That's very good. Flexibility.
हाँ हाँ जी रेखा जी.
Anji, it's really good job बता रहे हैं. हमारा example देती हूँ कि my husband, he used to eat meat 7 days a week, and now he'll just have it once in a blue moon. Both the children, Sangeeta and Kishan, they're both vegetarian. But one thing I'm really proud of myself is that they eat anything vegetarian. They don't. They're not fussy that, oh no, I don't want this or I don't want that. They'll eat anything that's put in front of them. And like you said earlier, it's so important sitting together and eating without television, without radio, music, nothing, just sitting together and eating. That's something I've done from when they were children. And now they're both, Sangeeta's married and Kishan's in his 20s. So I'm proud of that. But I know it's difficult in some households where children are working till late and so on. But I think it's really important having that family time together. And even as they were children, if there was something we had to discuss, we'd just say, family meeting time now. So we all made sure we sat together, TV off, and even if it was just a small thing, but we'd sit down together and decide everything together. And that's something that I'm really grateful for. The only thing I've been a bit worried about is coconut oil for cooking, because like somebody once said to me with coconut oil, because when it's in cold weather, it becomes solid block. And that again, if we're eating with coconut oil and with that oil on the heart, does it become solid or that's no?
Nah. Just the proof is in the pudding. Half of India, which is somewhere from Maharashtra onwards down south, all of Tamil Nadu, all of Kerala, everywhere, they only use coconut oil. For
Okay.
thousands of years, they only cook in coconut oil. And they all live well, and they live very well. They are one of the most educated people on earth. Most of the Microsoft engineers and programmers are South Indian people, and coconut is a huge part of their life. Not only coconut oil, they make coconut chutneys, coconut dosa, coconut sambars. Everything has coconut in there. सिर्फ कोकोनट से ही बनता है उनका सारा खाना. And they live very healthily and happily. So don't worry, दिल से आगे बढ़ो. हम भी, just to give you my example, मेरा खुद का, I don't know from last how many 10-15 years we are exclusively using ghee and coconut. So 50% in our house is used ghee, 50% coconut oil, and it's been fine for us. So don't worry.
Yeah, now we've started using a lot of ghee as well in the cooking. Everyone loves the dals. So even if it's a spoon of, even paratha as well, we have them once in a while, but do them in ghee. So, because I always think in our joints need the oils,
बहुत
the
जरूरी है.
ghee, definitely. So, इसके लिए the ghee is a must.
Not only that, but जिसका टमी क्लीन नहीं होता रेगुलरली, उसके लिए घी बहुत अच्छा है. If you have ghee regularly, you'll have regular motion, regular tummy clean. So ghee is very good for lubricating that system as well. In fact, we should have ghee at the first morsel, पहले निवाले पे. So in ancient times, I don't know if you know it, we Brahmins used to do this. So first we used to take a bit of chawal, इतना सा चावल, ज़्यादा नहीं. Add 1 teaspoon of ghee to it, and then add some little bit of dal to it. Eat that first. Then we used to have sabzi, roti, and other things.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so lubricate.
And then we finish with dal and rice again. But when we finish, we have lots of dal and rice.
What about laddu?
Laddu, yes. If somebody makes it, we'll happily have it.
I thought you started with laddu and finished with laddu.
No. They start with this, yes. They start with dal, chawal with ghee. इनफैक्ट आपको मैं एक बहुत और नई बात बताता हूँ, शायद आपको पता ना हो. आई रिसाइट रामचरितमानस. आई एम अ लॉर्ड राम फैन, सो आई स्टडी रामायण एंड आई रीड रिसाइट इन रामायण. एंड इन रामायण it is said that when Lord Rama's wedding was solemnized and blessed, their wedding meal started with these three ingredients: dal, chawal, and ghee. So all the guests, they ate dal, chawal, and ghee, and then they ate the other foods. This is documented in Ramayana.
Oh,
हाँ, तो इतना पुराना है.
excellent.
Yes.
We start with a spoon of ghee straight up.
Yes. हाँ, એવું કરે. But it's good to go with dal bhat. Dal bhat is the main source of health for us, we believe. In fact, you will see half of the world depends on rice and dal. Half of the world. Pura China chawal khayega. China is all about rice. Taiwan, Malaysia, Thailand, India. Rice is maximum used in these countries.
Bengalis, yeah, but
Yeah, Bengalis, wherever you go, they will see, like vegetarian like me will have it with dal. Bengalis will have it with fish, but still they will have rice with fish.
yes.
Same with the South India. They will have coconut chutney with that, but they will have rice regardless. The idli is made mainly from rice. Sambar, dosa is made again. Uttapa is made mainly from rice flour. So rice is the main thing, and rice and dal and ghee and coconut oil. Very, very good.
Mind you, Atyana, I've heard that, people dieting, they tell you to, before ghee was, no, with occasion, ghee is most important for dieters as well. Yeah.
For diet, if you want to lose weight, you should have ghee.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah.
Yeah. The only way you can lose weight is by having fasting, quickly that is. And you should have no carbs or very little carbs. So have lot of salad, क्योंकि उसमें इतना carbs नहीं होता. And then have a little bit of dal chawal, and then you're fine. But rotis and all that, they are very tasty, but remember they are carbohydrates. If you don't put enough ghee or butter on it, then it will turn into, it will increase your blood sugar. And if you have too much bread, you will gain weight. And if you keep on doing for a long time, you might also end up with celiac disease, gluten intolerance. So if you have little and on a regular, on and off, so it's not too bad. As I said, no food should be banned,
No.
but you can just reduce the percentage. So I'll have less of this and more of that. ऐसा आप बोल सकते हो. But saying no to something is not a good idea. That's why I say we need to make sure we don't make our children fussy children. We need to make them to accept any food and every food so long as it is ethical and healthy food.
तो ये जो आटे आजकल तो इतने वैरायटी है आटे की, रोटी के आटे की. So the latest one I was prescribed by a dietitian was ये मेथी का आटा जो आशीर्वाद आटा है with मेथी.
Yeah.
So for being a diabetic, that's one of the best ones. So
Any flour which has got carbs in it, that will raise your sugar levels. Soon as the sugar levels go up, your insulin will be counteracting. So just so long as you add more fiber in it, because fiber is not carbohydrates, it's not easily digestible. And if you add fat to it, यानी उस पे अच्छे से बटर लगाओ, अच्छे से घी लगाओ, फिर खाओ, तो it's not going to spike your sugar levels. But otherwise, what the only difference between other flours, this flour and this flour for chapati, is that this flour has more carbs and more refined carbs, and this one has less carbs but more nutrition and more nutrients and more vitamins and minerals in it. इतना ही फर्क है. So it's good to try different things, nothing wrong in it, but in general you want to keep that carbohydrate levels low.
Oh,
Carbs is equal to sugar.
તો ઘી ને બટર ચોપડે તો શું થાય એનાથી ઓછું
એનાથી weight gain ના થાય જલ્દી, વજન ના વધે.
બધા કે મને કોરી રોટલી દો
તો એનું વજન જલ્દી વધશે.
Oh, okay, that's news. I have to tell them.
Yes. Because this is called glycemic index. એ લોકો જે આવું કરે એમને કહેવાનું કે go and research something called GI index, glycemic index. Basically you need to see the food which hits your tummy, will it spike the insulin or not? That's what you want to find out.
Yeah.
How powerfully, how quickly will it spike the sugar levels in your body? That's what you want to see. And any food that raises your sugar levels quickly is dangerous for you. So you want to eat food which gives you sugars on a steady, slow release. Hole hole, not bam. So if you want to do that, you have a fizzy drink, colorful fizzy drink, and that will take you very fast high in sugar. And that's why we say don't do that. Have foods which are slow release, and slow release is only fat. Anything which has fat slows it down, because fat is not quickly digestible. It takes time to digest fat. Sugar and carbohydrates jaldi digest hota hai. That's why it raises your GI index. That's why you'll see those who don't have ghee and butter and things like that, and only have lot of grains and pasta and potatoes and rotis and breads, they will be gaining a lot of weight very easily. They'll get very quickly heavy weight.
So what about rice, Joe? White rice? I know
Same problem.
Because they're saying a lot of people are saying, okay, have brown rice. But
No,
sometimes
brown rice is a problem. Digestion is a tough thing for that.
that's it.
या आप वो ब्राउन राइस जो खाएगा उसको पूछो डाइजेशन कैसा होता है आपका. It's not easy. Only few people can digest brown rice. So what you do is, as I said in the video, you make white rice and then you don't have it directly, because white rice will give you insulin spike. Boom. बिल्कुल कार्बोहाइड्रेट है वो. So what you do is you use a trick. उसके ऊपर छोंक लगाना है. घी के अंदर जीरा गरम करके उसके ऊपर राइस पे डाल देना है. So you are basically coating the rice with fat. Now that fat wala rice will not give you spike. It will slow release because ghee आ गया बीच में.
Yeah, okay.
यही प्रॉब्लम चलती है कि घी और फैट के साथ कि वो अच्छा है, लेकिन कोलेस्ट्रॉल बच जाता है.
कोलेस्ट्रॉल उससे नहीं बनता है. No, cholesterol you don't get it from that. Cholesterol is a different story. We'll have to take up some other day. But cholesterol happens due to other problems. By having ghee and butters in this way, you don't raise cholesterol. I've been eating ghee so long for my life, happily, healthily, in a big way. Still, my cholesterol levels are way below. मैं तो दिल से खाता हूँ घी वाली चीजें. So ऐसा नहीं होता. There's another story. Maybe we can discuss someday together. But I think abhi time ho gaya hai, so we need to slowly make a move on. It's been a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you very much for joining, as always, and looking forward to seeing you next week. Remember, it's about mood. How to learn to be happy with what you have. Remember, you can't change your house easily. You cannot change your spouse easily. You cannot change your height easily, or even weight easily, but you can change your mood quite easily. So we are going to see how to be happy with what we are dealt with. Okay?
Thank you.
Dhanavad.
Hello, Jessica.
Bye-bye. Jai Shri Krishna. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.